Hey gang, it's JC and this is the Daily Dose for Monday, January 21st, 2013. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. We have great TV archives up top. We got JC's Eye Candy below. We'll get to that in a minute. And the results of our rock and roll poll question are on the way. But first, let me start by thanking everybody who had a hand in the second annual Classic Rock Radio Reunion over the weekend at the Ameristar casino and everything over there. I got to Terry Siegel used to be with K80I, did a great job. My buddy Drew Johnson over at KSHE and K-Hits did a great job. I was fortunate enough to just come in at the very end and help with the PR. Everybody thinks I had something to do with organizing, and I didn't. I just sort of walked in at the end and tried to get as much publicity as we could get for the whole thing, but it was just absolutely fantastic by now. And if you've seen my Facebook page at the Showgram with J.C. Corcoran, that is the Showgram with J.C. Corcoran, you've seen the fact that it was Poco, Rusty Young, Sammy Hagar, and just an amazing performance between Sammy and REO Speedwagon's Kevin Cronin. Super Jam was out there. David Surkamp was out there. You had just a bunch of, Head East shows up. It's just a fantastic night. Everybody had a great time. They had turned people away. We think we had something like 1,500 people out there. So big thanks to everybody like Jerry Berger and Mike Anderson for helping out. A big thanks to the people at Channel 2 for putting us on the air, and even KMOX put us on the air for a half an hour. I would also like to say that I don't know what's up at Channel 4 and Channel 5, because here, for all the crap and junk and filler and stuff where you're sitting there watching the TV news and you're like, what the F are they doing? What is all this garbage that keeps coming at me? Where's the freaking news? And they're giving away iPads. It's like suddenly the TV news shows have turned into morning zoo radio programs. It's like, Stan Musial is dead, but first, 15th caller gets an iPad. What? I mean, what's going on? So I don't know who's running 4 or 5, but it is interesting with all the crap that the TV stations put on. Then you have something like this that, no kidding here, all kidding aside, affected maybe 90% of the total St. Louis watching audience, the viewers out there. Maybe 90% of people over the last 40, 45 years. And they show no interest in it whatsoever. So to Channel 4 and Channel 5, you guys are pathetic. You don't even know what you're doing. You don't think. That's the problem. You don't think. And of course, everybody who knows anything has been run out of the place and replaced with 23-year-old kids just out of college. It's like their first or second TV job. So you don't even have anybody with any judgment. Everybody running the places now are from out of town. They don't even understand the historical significance of something like this. So again, thank you to the people who helped us, and to the people like 4 and 5 that totally dropped the ball on this. Man, oh man, get it together, you guys. Get it together. All right, JC's Rock and Roll poll question from over the weekend. When it's all said and done, what do you think will be the outcome of the Manti Te'o story? Number one answer, 47%. He was in on his own hoax. 22% of you said that he might be a part of the hoax. 18% said he'll be viewed as one of the most gullible people in America, and only 8% of you think that he was innocent in the whole thing. Well, we now know that he was complicit in at least part of it, because he knew back in early December, and even after he knew, he was still sort of milking the whole idea. My girlfriend died. I'd sure feel better if he gave me a Heisman Trophy. All right, now that he's admitted that he was doping throughout his entire career as a cyclist, what do you think of Lance Armstrong? That's our rock and roll poll question for the week. And of course, we update here on the Daily Dose every Monday and Thursday. What do you think of Lance Armstrong? A, he admitted it, it's time to move on, leave him alone. B, he admitted it, but it's not that easy, and he has to suffer some consequences. C, he's still not admitting everything, screw him. D, he's scum. Or E, this will have no bearing whatsoever on my complete, total lack of interest in the sport of cycling, or him for that matter. Please answer down in the corner. We'll have results for you on Thursday. Back to this Manti story. One of these guys from ESPN, Jeremy Schaap, got a hold of him and sat him down and started asking what Channel 4 likes to call the tough questions. They're the obvious questions. Not so tough. Where's the missing money? We're asking tough questions. No, that's your job. You're a reporter asking the most obvious question. What happened to the money? You know what I'm talking about here? All right, so why didn't he ever do a video chat? He said there was some sort of Uh, technical malfunction and the screen kept coming up black. Okay. Why did he visit her at the hospital? Well, that never really crossed my mind. Did the woman ever ask him for money? No. Here's the most interesting one. He claims that she said, I have money that I would like to give you. Just give me your bank account number. Yow! All right. Why did he go to the funeral? He had a game. He's going to do his first televised interview with Katie Couric coming up here. Let me get back to you on that. Funny or Die, by the way, had a great piece you can look at on the internet. They said they had a guy impersonating Manti. He's like, you know, she's the most considerate a person I've ever known. Like when she called me after she already died of leukemia, I'm telling you, that changed my life forever. Pretty funny stuff, pretty funny stuff. So it's the 49ers and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. I'll take the 49ers on this. By the way, hats off to Shannon Sharpe. CBS really got all over Bill Belichick for not doing the post-game interview. Good, good. Drag his ass through the mud on this. So now we get the never-ending 2-week stream of dumb stories about Super Bowl athletes competing in the big game. 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick has a 115-pound pet tortoise that he's had since he was 10 years old. Thank you very much. Alicia Keys is going to do the national anthem. She says that she is going to rework the whole thing and do it in a completely new way, to which I have one word response: don't. By the way, after Alicia Keys sings, she and Colin Kaepernick are going to take turns trying to guess each other's ethnicity. A 49ers fan, by the way, a 49ers fan stabbed a Atlanta Falcons fan during a fight outside the Georgia Dome over the weekend. The most shocking part of the story, no Oakland Raiders fans were involved. Baltimore Ravens linebacker Ray Lewis is suing the man for copyright infringement. And poor Tom Brady had to go all the way back home and just have hours and hours of endless creative sex with Gisele Bündchen. So I guess we showed him. Subway has responded to... Is anybody honest? There's anybody left that's honest? Now Stan Musial's gone. Is there one more honest person left in America? I keep pluralizing and saying people. There's no people. There's like one, maybe Tom Brokaw. See the last honest guy left? Subway responded to charges that their footlong is only 11 inches. Here is their quote in their defense of this whole thing. Footlong is a registered trademark and a descriptive name and not intended to be a measurement of length. That's right. I have no idea why people would ever expect the Subway footlong sandwich to be 12 inches. There's an artist named Carrie Morrison and a composer named John Herring from Liverpool, England, and they have teamed up to make the first ever piece of music written entirely by bird poop. What they do is they take giant sheets of paper with musical scales printed on them, and then they let the birds fly over and do their business all over it, and then they put together music according to the corresponding notes wherever there's bird poop on the scales. I believe that this is, actually, this is how Katy Perry, how her songs were discovered. Jessica Chastain, Red Hot and Redhead, too. Top 2 movies in Hollywood this week. Her new movie, Mama, a horror movie over the weekend, came in first place, and Zero Dark 30 came in second place. Not bad. There's a blooper reel for This Is 40 that is floating around on the internet if you would like to see something that's nearly as unfunny as the movie itself. And it was only a matter of time before this happened. Now there is a SpongeBob SquarePants porn movie available for your enjoyment. It's called Sponge Knob Square Nuts. I was going to use it as our eye candy feature today, and then I thought, why do that to nice people like you? Center for Science of the Public Interest. These are the people who come along once a year and tell you that that stuff they put on the popcorn at the movie theaters is no damn good for you. You know, that sort of stuff. They have come up with the least healthy items served at chain restaurants around the country. Number 1 is IHOP's Country Fried Steak and Eggs. 1,760 calories, 23 grams of saturated fat, and over 3,700 milligrams of salt. That's almost 2 days worth of sugar thrown in there too. We have the results from the 50 most common items on people's bucket lists. You know, you're going to die. What do you want to do before you die? Number 1, become a millionaire. Number 2, travel the world, see the Northern Lights, trek the Great Wall of China, be mortgage free. That's the top 5. I think people started running out of ideas. You get down to 31. Ride a Segway. Okay, aim high, huh? Aim high before you check out. And Stan Musial died at the age of 92. I had the unfortunate task of having to announce that to the crowd over at Ameristar during our event on Saturday night, but I said what I mean, and that is not to feel sad about this, but to celebrate Stan the Man's life. Here you got a guy who had a marvelous playing career, all these accolades. Everybody loved the guy. If he had an enemy in the world, I'm unaware of it. And nobody lives forever. I know it's sad when he dies. I understand that. But you also have to be realistic. The man was 92 and led about as full a life as you can lead. And nobody lives forever. That's a pretty damn good run at 92. So instead of feeling sadness, I'm expressing happiness and joy over the life, not the death, of Stan Musial. But so long, Stan. Our eye candy feature down in the corner is dedicated to Stan the Man. All right, don't forget to answer our rock and roll poll question. Now that Lance Armstrong has, quote-unquote, come clean, what do you think of him? Answer in the corner. We'll have results for you on Thursday. We update every Monday and Thursday here on the Daily Dose, and I'm on Facebook all the time at The Showgram with J.C. Corcoran. And that's it, the Daily Dose for Monday, January 21st, 2013, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Clayton. In the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.